Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, the fellow YouTubers, people who are watching this video. If you know me, then you know that I'm Dr. Spurs, Brandon Emerson, casting quite a few replays just to get a lot of content on here. If you don't know me, now you do. So now you know my name. Hopefully I can know yours eventually, but let's be honest, a lot of people on the internet. But anyway, about the game. This game that I'm bringing to you is submitted by Kinetic, who is a WAU StarCraft player. He is master level, and he generously donated this replay for our viewing pleasure, and his opponent today will be Autodidact. My computer is dying. You hear me, baby? Hold together. Gotta get through this replay so that everyone around the world can watch it and just revel in the amazingness that I hope that is this game. But the map is Tal'Darim Altar, one of my least favorite maps. I absolutely hate this map. It is cross-spawn TVT, so I'm sure we will see a lot of tank play and a lot of just rock-solid mech control of the middle that'll take 2 hours. My computer. There it goes. Would respond in a timely manner. That would be fantastic. I'm currently fiddling with all of the settings every game, just trying to get a feel for what does what, so I apologize if the video quality is awful. I apologize even further if my computer crashes mid-replay, though I don't know why I'm apologizing to you, and like a misfortune happened to me. Like, I'm sorry I'm having hardships. It doesn't make any sense, and I'm sorry if I can't bring you the replay. But if my computer crashes, I'm just gonna turn off everything and just yell obscenities at the shell that is my computer casing. But we do have a scout, if I can get him on the camera. Attack moving to all of the bases, so he's a very aggressive scout. He's very angry. He's out for blood. The scout. He wants the first shots to be fired. He wants to be the guy to pull the trigger. And he might get his opportunity. We have Kinetic throwing down already a second barracks here in the corner, possibly trying to hide it from the scout. Hopefully he tries to hide it from the scout, because anything you can hide and then just kind of surprise your enemy with is a wonderful advantage. Kinetic is just now sending out his scout. His first barracks picked up a tech lab here, delaying his orbital just a little bit, but we might be seeing some fast Reaper play in TVT, which would be fantastic. I love Reapers, and indeed we do see the first Reaper on its way, and Reaper's early game can be very devastating. It looks like this SCV almost went right towards that hidden barracks, but alas, he will not. Maybe. It might stay hidden. We're going to find out. Orbital command just now completing for Kinetic, but we're going to see here if this SCV can scout the hidden second racks. It looks like no. His bloodlust will be getting the better of him. Computer slows down. And it is an SCV. Oh, but he's being pushed over to the corner. And oh no! There you go, girl. There you go. He sees something hidden in the corner. He doesn't know if it is a barracks or a factory, but he does know that there is a my computer. Figure it out. But the first Reaper has popped, and he will be harassing and killing this one SCV. So our blue player here, Autodidact, which is kind of a strange name, does know that Reapers are in fact on the way. This one SCV scout is going to be picked off by this singular Marine, which is always a pain, you know, when you want to try to send your SCV to scout. Oh, that is a tight wall-in despite the looks. So somebody's been practicing their wall-ins on this map. Props to Autodidact, because I would have I always butcher the wall on this map. It's just terrible. My wall it's never tight, and it looks ugly, and there's like 10 more buildings there that don't need to be there. And it's just a total mess. We have more Reapers. We do have an expansion going down for Kinetic here, so he will be getting his second up quickly while expanding behind this 2 racks Reaper play. I'm anxious to see if the Reapers do any damage, if they get their money's worth, because Reapers are very fragile. There is actually a command center going down for Autodidact. It is much sooner than Kinetic's. Kinetic is building his in his natural, but the opposing Terran player opted for a 1-Rax reactor expand. That's a new build that I have never really seen before, which is the beauty of watching master level players, is you can see all the new things that they do, all the crazy little tweaks to builds that they bring to the table, and then you try to implement it in your own play. So that's why I love watching games at this level. Hopefully these Reapers don't just gib as soon as they jump up this wall, because it looks like Autodidact kind of knows that these Reapers are coming, because he did scout them, and all of these Reapers will be... Nope, this one will live and tell his friends what he saw. But that was not a good situation for Kinetic. These Reapers did not pay for themselves. But on the flip side, he will be expanding and keeping up with the expansions of the opposing Terran player. A reactor was switched between this barracks and this factory, so we will be seeing a lot of Hellions here really quickly. And we might even see our blue player, Autodidact, switching to some kind of heavy mech play, because that's really all TVT is anymore. It's just rock solid mech. I mean, you occasionally get the Marine Marauder Bio Ball, but a lot of players usually get super heavy tank, heavy Thor, heavy Hellions, and just go straight mech. The expansion is floating its way down for Autodidact. The expansion is almost completed. These Marines are attacking each other. This one was being made an example of by another Marine for reasons I'm not entirely sure. He might have thought he was a changeling, though that'd be stupid, because, I mean, it's TVT, can't be any changelings. But that is how I'm going to justify that misstep. Perhaps he thought it was a changeling for some dumb reason, and tried to insta-gib that Marine, but alas, it was not a changeling. We have 4 Hellions on their way to do a little poking in the base. A little bit of poking, a little bit of prodding, always just a pain. And this one Reaper will go down to this... Like, my computer, I'm gonna, like, defrag this thing and take off programs that I don't need, and I'm gonna do a lot of maintenance stuff to this thing after this game, and hopefully streamline my baby. So that's... But until then, she's got to hold together. She's got to get through this game. These Hellions are going to be poking in. There are 2 barracks, so these Hellions will not be getting any kind of harassment off. So very strong play by Kinetic here to have these bunkers down, completely denying the harass. So we've seen 2 kind of failed harassment plays. We've seen the Reapers by Kinetic up here, and we've seen the Hellions over here by Autodidact. And one Marauder's going to go be a boss, thug it up with all these Hellions. They will be taking him on. He's taking heavy damage, but not before picking off one of the Hellions. The rest will escape, and the game is frozen. Come on, baby. You can do it. It's like Thomas the Train. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I know you can get through this computer. Come on. I'm hopefully getting a new computer sometime soon. I just have to buy the parts, have them shipped to my location, and then put them together. But until then... Well, we're going to stick it out. We do have one cloaked Banshee completely getting shut down. A scan was dropped, and oh, this Banshee's going to live with 2 HP! It is! It's going to live with 2 HP! Oh my goodness. Oh, very close, but this missile turret will be completed here in a second. There are SCVs waiting in line to finish it, and there's the missile completing the job that the Marines almost did. So that Banshee harass did not pay for itself. There was only 1 Banshee. Let's see how many workers it did in fact kill. It killed 4. I wouldn't say that's worth it, especially since he sank all that money into Cloak, and, ooh, that's not the right button. He sank all that money into Cloak, and then into the Banshee itself. I would not say that paid for itself. However, he does have that tech for any kind of later use. Autodidact is placing a Hellion at that expansion and misclicking the watchtower, but he's going to watch for Kinetic's 3rd, just to get to see the timing of it so he can be prepared. This one SCV is going to be picking up his 3rd, so Autodidact looking to get some kind of a production advantage, or economic advantage early on here. Let's take a look at what each player is running. We got 2 factories, a 3rd factory is nearing completion, and 1 starport with a Raven, so 4 factories. Out of Autodidact, he is definitely going straight and heavy mech. He's not messing around, he's going for those tanks, Hellions, and Thors, baby. Aw, yeah. And Kinetic has 2 barracks down, 1 factory, and 1 starport with a tech lab, and he is picking up his armory, so he might be going, since he is running double engineering bay, I would have to say he's going for some kind of, just like a bio ball with mech support. because we do see 2 barracks. We do see only 1 factory with a reactor, but I'm sure these will swap, and this will produce Vikings and this will produce tanks. The 3rd is on its way for Kinetic. He is clearing out these rocks. I wonder if that Hellion did escape. This Banshee probably did a little poking in the back here, got sniped by that missile turret, decided, nah, it's not worth it, I'm going home. It's like when you wake up for class and it's raining, and you get out of bed and you're gonna be 5 minutes late to class, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going today. It's not worth it. It's kind of what that Banshee did. He just kind of showed up late, and he actually might have been hit by this patrolling Viking. So very smart by Kinetic to make sure that that Viking gives him vision of either drops or Banshee harass in that corner. Though Autodidact is doing a great job of controlling all of these watchtowers at all times. He's got all eyes everywhere. All 4 watchtowers. He's kind of like that mom with the eyes on the back of her head, and she can always see what you're doing. You know, you're stealing cookies out of the cookie jar, and your mom's like, "Boy, what are you doing in that cookie jar?" And you know, as a kid, you're always confused how she saw you. She's like, "Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head." And I was an idiot. I believed her. I mean, that hair could be hiding anything. You don't know that. The 3rd has completed for Autodidact, picking up 2 more gases to support his heavy factory play. He's actually adding on a fifth factory, so super heavy mech play. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up Blue Flame. I was hoping he just did as soon as I said that, but the harvester count is decently even. The blue player Autodidact is about 5 or 6 down from Kinetic. Not a terrible deficit here. We do have 2-2 on the way for the Marine Bioball, and this 1 Banshee is going to poke in here, see what he can see. There is a command center instead of a planetary fortress. Usually Terran players pick up their 3rd as the planetary, but I guess that's more for Zerg play. And this 1 Banshee will be getting kills as this missile turret is too far away. But because of the +1 armor upgrade, the Banshees no longer one-shot the workers. They 3-shot, or not one-shot, 2-shot. They no longer 2-shot the workers, they 3-shot them. And really good control and play by Kinetic to have this Raven here and stimming them, only the Marines, not the Marines and the Marauders, to snipe that Banshee. So good control there. It's not usually something I see out of Kinetic. He's always kind of fumbling around. He never hotkeys his army. In fact, he still doesn't have his army hotkeyed. But nevertheless, he did display a nice little control. There are a bejesus ton of Hellions and tanks here. Wow, that's a... None of the tanks are sieged, and none of the Hellions are Blue Flame. But there is a lot of tank Hellion here, and no Vikings. Vikings are very important in TVT. I can tell you from experience. Come on. You don't get it back. Or if you do, it's because you had to struggle really hard for a really long time to get that air superiority back. Kinetic has picked up Banshees of his own, just 1 or 2. He did in fact sink the money into Cloak. He's floating a lot of minerals, and Autodidact is picking up his 4th. Now both players expos here. Both of them kind of got theirs down, even their 3rds, relatively easily. They both kind of went for early expansion openings. Kinetic went with like a Reaper opening so he can get his expansion down, and Autodidact went for that 1-Rax opening to get his expansion down early. But they've been very even as far as supply count and expansion timings, except for the fact that Autodidact is now 1 ahead, getting a planetary fortress. Here we go on the harder to defend expo, and there will be a drop for Kinetic incoming. And I'm not sure if it'll fly over this expo or just kind of poke in to see the timing of it. It will be in trouble, as Planetary Fortress is like some SCV was just like, dude, we need to put a really big